They group tight. An incredible video for you today, guys. The Yoshimura Blast 3 darts review begins right now. Okay guys, darts review time. We got a special video for you today, and hey, anytime I get to wear the Yoshimura t-shirt, you know it's going to make for a great video, right? These darts, man, I tell you what, they're so beautiful, highly unusual too. So there's going to be a couple things you see in this video that you probably haven't seen before. But yeah, in today's video, I'll be taking a close-up look and reviewing the Yoshimura Blast 3 darts. And again, wow, I mean, in person, these things are just incredible. Now, I happened to purchase them, and yes, I did buy them, but I got them straight from the Yoshimura factory. I contacted them through email, seeing if they had a set, and this was like the last set they had, so I'm not sure where you can get them. Normally, if you have a look over at the S-Darts website, I think they're in Japan, they usually have a pretty decent selection of Yoshimura darts, so you might want to check them out there. This set, I think, is discontinued or not in stock anymore, so you're out of luck there, but fair warning, a lot of the Yoshimura stuff, as you guys probably know, it's not cheap. But I tell you what, if you're looking to add a fancy set of darts to the collection, if you want something in the upper elite category of just overall niceness, you cannot go wrong with Yoshimura. And I think that shows in the other darts reviews that I've done. Now, check this out, guys. I'm not 100% sure on this. However, the reason I bought these is because I think I want to start playing again. So in early 2024, I'm going to be looking to hit a few tournaments. And basically, I've got about 5.5 months to practice. So I wanted a fresh start. And these may or may not become my match darts, but I am going to give them a fair go for the next couple of weeks. I should be able to figure out if they're going to work for me. And yeah, I'm looking to compete. Syracuse Open will be my first tournament. I think that's in February 2024. So yeah, we're going to find out if these things are going to work for me as my match darts. But let's get into it. I'll show you the box, show you what it comes in, stats and dimensions. We'll take a close-up look. I'll hit you with a grip level, and then we'll get them on the board and see how they work for me. So here we go, guys. I really hope you enjoy this one. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, let me get these beautiful Yoshimura Blast 3 barrels unboxed for you. They did come as barrels only, and they came inside this kind of compact metal box. And this thing is heavy duty, so it opens up like this on a hinge. And inside, we've got a Yoshimura card, as you see there. And we've got these 2 certificates. These are amazing. Look at that. Certificate of ownership with the Yoshimura seal over here. Product name Blast. But yeah, we've got the owner's proofing card. So that's one certificate you get. The other one, and this is just insane, guys. They're the only company that I know of that will match weight guarantee 1/100th of a gram. So yeah, you get a match weight certificate there. And inside, we got the foam insert. And there's the darts. So what you're going to notice here right away, there's 2 features on this barrel that I have never seen on another set of barrels. But if you kind of have a close-up look, it's a textured grip. So you've got micro multi-rings running the entire length of the barrel. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, we've got the micro multi-rings running the entire length of the barrel. Now, for the 2 features, firstly, this is the thinnest 2BA barrel I've ever reviewed. It's in the 5.5 millimeter width range. Now the other feature, ready for this? Look at the points. These come with the shortest points I've ever seen on a stock set of darts. I think these are only like 21 or 22 millimeters showing or sticking out of the front of the barrel. But however, look at that right here. No lip, gang. So yeah, absolutely no lip to speak of. But yeah, short points, which is kind of unusual. You know, actually, I thought they would come with the Yoshimura needle points, but for some reason, just came with some short points there. But there you go. First look at these beautiful Blast 3 barrels. Wow. I'm absolutely in love with these things. But let's go into the next clip, and I'll hit you with all the stats and dimensions you need to know. So, here we go. Okay guys, I promise you we've got some crazy stats and dimensions here that you have most likely never seen before on a set of darts. So we're going to start with the points like we always do, and I just dug out the digital calipers. I double checked these things. On the black coated points, these only stick out of the barrel ready for this? 21.5 millimeters in total, making them the shortest points I've ever seen on a set of darts. Now, as far as the barrels go, they come in at a whopping 95% tungsten. The barrel length, spot on at 50 millimeters even. In the barrel width, ready for this? I got something special for you. We're going to put up some pictures, but the maximum width that I could find right here on the back end, 5.57 millimeters wide. So yeah, in the 5.5 millimeter range. That is just knitting needle thin, isn't it? Now, even thinner, if we go down here by the logo, check that out. I'll put this picture up, 5.47 millimeters wide. So slightly thinner. And if you want to go thinner still, right in the middle by this scallop, actually dead center of the scallop, a perfect 5 millimeters wide. So yeah, that's just about as thin as I've ever seen in the middle of a barrel. Now, I did unscrew the stem, checked out the drill depth, rather normal there, only 12.3 millimeters deep in the back end. Now, as far as the match weight, guys, you know, Yoshimura, come on. You know it's going to be perfect. So let's go into the next clip. And again, perfect match weight. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, so there should be absolutely no question about the match weight here. I mean, come on, we're dealing with Yoshimura, right? Hands down, the best quality control in the business. They're the only darts company to offer up this match weight certificate, the inspection report, where their barrels should be within 1/100th of a gram from one another. So let's find out. And this is my first time weighing them. I've got total faith that they should be close or maybe perfect. Let's find out. All right, so 1633 on the first one. The second barrel, and those are so hard to stand up with these being 5.5 millimeters wide. All right, 1633 on the second. And finally, we're going to have perfect match weight. There we go, guys. Perfect match weight. I mean, come on. Did you expect anything else from Yoshimura? But there we go, 1633. All three barrels, perfect, spot on. But let's get a little closer look, and I'll tell you all about the grip. Alrighty, guys, let me tell you about the grip on these Blast 3 barrels. And you know what? I believe this is one of those barrels that probably looks a little more grippy than what it is. I mean, you see the micro multi-rings. Let's see if we can get a closer look here. They're so fine that it's actually kind of hard to get the camera to focus in on them. But yeah, these micro multi-rings, not all that grippy. They remind me a lot of the older Stephen Bunting darts, although they just don't offer the same amount of grip, which is great because that's what I prefer. But I'll go ahead and say grip level 2 on a scale of 1 to 5. Is that what you would have guessed? But yeah, very mild grip. Now, I borrowed this picture from the Yoshimura website. Take a look right here. I'm going to put the picture up. That's the balance point on these darts right in front of the indentation or the scallop. And that just so happens to be right where I'm going to grip the darts. So that works out perfectly for me. But yeah, these things feel like little knitting needles, don't they? They're just tiny, tiny darts. Another look up front. Let's see if we can get a good look. Yeah, no lip to speak of on these barrels at all. So what that means, my flights are going to last pretty much forever, and I shouldn't get any sort of wild deflections. I mean, we just got a perfect transition from point to barrel. And as far as the throwing part of the video, I did use the red condors just because the red matched the Yoshimura logo. But for the throwing part of the video, I'm going to go with, these happen to be standard size, by the way. I'm going to go with the smaller condors. So this is what we're going to use for the throwing part of the video. Oh, and another thing too, you would think with the barrels being so thin, there would be an overlap of the stem, but that's not the case. It's a perfect transition on the back end. So yeah, no lip there either, which is kind of nice. But yeah, that's how we're going to throw them. And yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully these will go really, really well. So let's get them on the board and find out how I'm going to do. Here we go. Oh, hey, so before we go into the throwing part of the video, I wanted to include this clip because I want to talk about the points a little bit here, just for a minute. I know what a lot of you are thinking, 22 millimeter points, those are ridiculous, right? However, they do work on this particular set of darts. Now, keep in mind, this is not a normal set of darts by any stretch of the imagination. 99.9% of the time, I would never recommend a 22 millimeter point. It's going to be way too short for most darts. But let me start with my grip. My pointer finger and thumb, it's going to be right on the front of that scallop. Now that point, you see there, the point is going to be sticking into the side of my ring finger. So it's just comfortable. It works well. And on top of that, they're only 16 grams. So I have my camera pointed at the 13th segment. I'm going to show you that they don't sink into the board all that far, and I have a hard throw. So I just have to hit the 13 now. Hey, treble 13, but yeah, they're not sinking in all that far. I tried to throw one closer to the camera. Yeah, I mean, there's a good 10 millimeters showing. So if they were burying themselves all the way into the board, if the barrels were clipping the spider, I wouldn't want to chip up an expensive set of barrels. So yeah, for whatever reason, these points do work on this set of barrels. So hey, there, the more you know. Okay guys, here we go. We're gonna have a few random throws, probably 5 or 6, something like that. But hey, before we get into it, I gotta ramble on for about a minute. I gotta tell you what happened this week. So I received the darts Monday, August 28th. Now that day I took them out of the package. The first thing that I filmed was the match weight. Later on that day, I did the stats and the dimensions, the grip level, and then I took a picture for the thumbnail. So after that was all out of the way, it gave me all week to actually use the darts. And what the hardest part for me was trying to find the right stems and flights. Now keep in mind, these barrels drastically different from pretty much anything I've used in a long time. So I started out with a Condor Axe Standard. That felt like a parachute on the back end. I was putting up some terrible performances, so that was no good. Then I went to the Condor Axe Small Standard. Again, some of the performances I was putting up, the averages were horrendous. I got frustrated, so I went back to my old school Cosmo carbon stem with a Pro V2 flight. Things got worse with that, and then finally I tried the Condor Axe Slim. I'm not even going to mention how I was throwing. It was so bad. So finally last night, guess what I went with? I tried the Sea Life Gen 2s. It was like day and night difference. All of a sudden these darts woke up, the barrels woke up, and I was throwing some heat last night. I played one match of cricket, believe it or not. Hey, I'm American. Best of 5. Check this out. All 4 legs over 4 marks per round, the highest 4.7, and I had a match average of like 4.3 marks per round. So pretty good for me anyway. I know it's not Stowe Bunce material, but I thought it was pretty good. So hey, we'll see how this goes. Feels like I got to warm up again after rambling on. But yeah, funny enough, would you ever guess that? Sea Lifes? But hey, they work. If it works, it works. Oh, right on that bottom wire. See if I can get over that. I said over, not under. Haha. First dart, 100, third dart saver. And you know, that's one of the benefits, not the benefit, one of the positives with throwing a barrel this tiny. You rarely have to go for cover shot. You're almost never blocked because you can always fit, honest to God, you could fit 6 of these in the treble with no effort whatsoever. So yeah, that's one of the benefits. Less cover shots, I suppose. And it's nice, first time ever. I mean, I'm gripping directly on that balance point. You saw the picture there. Just, it feels, they feel perfect. They really do. They are a little too thin, I'll say that. They do kind of twist out of your fingertips. They're just, it's like holding on to toothpicks. But when you throw them, and you throw them with a decent throw, they do go. That one is right in the middle. Ah, another 100. You can't complain about that. Straight down the middle. And it's funny too. I know how a lot of people say that heavier darts are easier to throw, and I do believe that. However, I think over a distance, if you're playing a best of 11, I think that's when the lighter darts tend to be easier to throw in the finishing stages. Maybe not nothing this light, but you know what I mean. Like a normal 21, 22 gram barrel, I think is considered on the light side. Oh, now we're going to find out. Remember what I said about the cover shots? That flight blocked out that treble 20. Let's see if I can squeeze one in there somehow. I got to throw it a little better. Nah, I couldn't get it in there, but I tried. Yeah, honestly, didn't really feel blocked there. It was more the flight than the barrel. Still 3 right down the middle. All right, get up a little bit. There we go. See, I can adjust so easy with these darts, and that second and third dart is a great example of how small these barrels are. Let me move this first dart for you. Look how tight that is. There's so much room in the rest of the bed. It's ridiculous. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last throw, right? 5 turns. Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, right, a little bit low. Come up just a bit. Look at that. Oh, deflection. 85. All right, so yeah, we're gonna call it there. Again, I think these are gonna be my match darts. It's gonna take a little more time to get used to them. I mean, it's a huge change. Even though I'm only coming down 3 grams, as you guys remember, or you might recall, I was using the 19-gram darts clearance copper tungsten darts. And even these things feel like giants compared to these small little Yoshimura barrels. But hey, that's it, guys. I'm sweating. I've been rambling way too long. Let's roll into the 180. And again, you could probably fit 6, 7, or 8, 9 of these into the treble segment. But yeah, 180. We'll do a wrap up and we're out. Hope you guys enjoy it so far. Here we go. There's so much room in the treble with these darts. It's ridiculous. It's almost too easy. Boom! Get in there. There's the third. And look at all the room. I mean, there's just so much room. 2 darts stacked right on top of one another. Definitely room for another one. Wow. Unreal, right? That's what you get with 5.5 millimeter wide darts. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun making it. And yeah, the Yoshimura Blast 3 darts. Now, as far as where you can get these, again, I'm not entirely sure. I will have a link down below, take you over to the S-Darts website in Japan. And if they don't have these, they do have other Yoshimura barrels. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Normally, I would give these darts a recommendation on how well I think they're going to work for the recreational dart player. I mean, come on. These really wouldn't get a good score. They're too light, too thin, and this dart certainly isn't for everyone. But yeah, as far as me, I'm going to go forward with this exact setup. I may experiment with the Condor Slims instead of the standard size, but yeah, for the next couple weeks, I'm going to be experimenting with these darts. Possibly they're going to be my match darts. I would prefer them to be. They weren't cheap, so I would like to use them for the foreseeable future. I'm going to be training, practicing hard for the next 5.5 months, and first tournament will be February 2024. So got a lot of work to do, and these are going to be the darts going forward for now. So we'll see how this unfolds, and until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Later.